Velveeta cheese is one of the notes.
Nice. Right, I'm excited to get that.
That'll be there.
Cheers, guys. Episode 5.
Yeah, it's flown by.
Everything's wrong.
Should we try it again?
Let's do it one more time.
Okay, we could do better than that.
This is the first time we've had to do multiple takes.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Woodshop girls.
Yeah.
Right, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Another episode of 10 plus 1. It's episode number 5. I'm Corey Blanc.
I'm Christopher Knox.
Who do we got today?
Today we have Sonja
from
the Woodshop.
Yep.
Head of the Woodshop department here at Blanc Creatives. And we're going to be interviewing her today about her 10 plus 1 songs of the biography of her life.
Biography through music.
I will get it one
That
time.
is the one thing I've heard you guys say every time. It's different.
Yeah. And I always goof it.
Biography.
Yeah, I goof it every time.
Yeah. All right.
So before we get started, I just want to remind everybody that if you're listening on Spotify, if you have Spotify Premium, the songs we're discussing, you'll hear the whole song. If you have the free Spotify, it'll only play 30-second snippets. And if you're watching on YouTube, we can't play the song, but in the description will be links to all the songs that we're discussing today.
Exactly. So just the 11-song playlist or the playlist for the whole podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Yeah. And yeah, any other... Yeah, we're happy to do our 5th episode today. So, Sonja, what do you do here? What is happens in the woodshop?
I'm the head of the woodshop, which I took over from the old woodshop girl like 10 months ago, almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of sanding, gluing and sanding.
Gluing and sanding.
Gluing and sanding. Dusted myself off pretty well, I think, before coming in.
Fine.
So yeah, it's good.
Cool. So stuff you do in the wood shop, there's like spatulas, spoons, what else?
Yeah, all our standard line stuff, spatulas, spoons, serving boards. And then since I've been here, we've done 2 seasonal or specialty projects. First, the butcher's blocks, and now just finish up the garden baskets.
Garden baskets. Yeah.
I am very happy about.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I got
that
my
last. Took a long time.
Yeah, it took a while. My last farmer's tan first of the season.
Right.
From
the
finishing
baskets.
up those. Yeah.
All right.
Pretty good.
Well, very cool. Let's get started.
Sounds good.
So we're going to do the 10 plus 1. What's the first song you remember like hearing, or what is?
First ever. So I was probably like, I want to say 4 or 5 on the swing set in our backyard. And it was like one of the good ones that gave you the giant splinters, you know?
Oh, yeah. Nice one. Like, was it just a flat bar, like a 2x4 almost?
2x4s and then swings and a buoy. And the buoy had like a giant knot in it and you could swing on it.
Oh,
awesome. Yeah, the good kind.
Yeah, those things were dangerous.
Dangerous.
The tire swings.
Yeah.
We had a tire swing.
Round and round. Or have the ones with the chains.
Yeah, we had the one with the chain that was horizontal, and we'd get like 3 kids on it and twist it up so it couldn't go any further, and then let it go.
Yeah, I would do that. My sister would twist me to the top, and then we had this giant dog that was like obsessed with the buoy, and she would like attack it as you're like untwisting on the way down.
That's awesome.
Pretty perfect.
Yeah. And then the horizontal ones, like just the tire swing itself was just like riddled with mosquito larvae and spiders.
Dump it out.
So gross.
Dump it out. Yeah.
All right. So 4 or 5 on the
4 or 5 on the swings. And I don't know if this was like playing or my mom was singing it or it's just like stuck in my head. But Nelly Furtado. Our good friend Nelly.
All right.
I feel like I'm Like a Bird is the name of the song. I was swinging on the swings and I was like, shit, like I'm like a bird, but I'm not a bird. Like it was this moment of like greater understanding. Like I
metaphors,
feel like
what the heck?
Metaphors.
Or is that a simile?
Yeah, I think I like
a simile, I think.
Yeah.
Like her as.
Like her as. Yeah. But I like metaphorically snapped into consciousness, I think, during this Nelly Furtado song.
All right.
So I like
get stuck in everyone's head.
Yeah.
Sonya mentioned this like 2 weeks ago, and it's been in my head since then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Corey's been like having his butterfly clips and
what year would you say this is?
I was born in 99, and so I was yeah. It's not 2000. Anytime
that's true.
Which is better, I feel like. But still, yeah. I'm a baby.
You were born before the dark years.
Yes, definitely. So it's probably like 2003, 2004.
Okay.
Somewhere in there.
All right, let's give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Nelly Furtado.
You won't be disappointed.
That's a good tune. Nelly Furtado. That's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the easy fade out, it's just like she knows how to do it.
Yeah. Is she still making music? I don't know anything.
I have her CD of this album in my car now.
Oh, yeah? It's
absolutely in the CD reader actually right now, too.
I like that you play CDs in your car still.
Yeah.
It makes me happy.
I have that and like a JJ Cale, Eric Clapton one. And those are the only two I listen to. Mm-hmm. And like one song on a Cranberry CD. But
that is the 90s thing. Most 90s thing I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
Her last album was 2021.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, there's no reason to stop.
Yeah. Does she sing Promiscuous too?
Yes. You're asking the wrong
yes.
person.
Okay. No. That is another great song.
That's her number one song on Spotify.
Okay. That could be on my high school era song.
Is that from that era? Or is that newer?
That's an album after.
Later. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like, I don't think I would recognize Nelly Furtado if she walked in the door right now. But like, I remember her being like super hot.
You'd probably swoon. We would all swoon.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. So what do we got next? Where are you at in life?
Next up.
Yeah, this song seems like, are you taking a big jump now?
No.
Age-wise? This is young?
This is young. Okay. Yeah. So I'm probably like 8. This is like an era song. So probably from like 8 to like 12, I would say. Mm-hmm. And
where are you living? Like where were you born and like where are you?
Yeah.
In this time?
Born, raised, lived on Cape Cod my whole life.
Okay.
Yeah, born like 20 minutes from my house and then never left until I went to college.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I know anybody from Cape Cod.
Yeah.
You're the first person I've met from there.
Yeah, I know. That's always the thing. It's like people say they're from there, but it's just like their daddy has a house.
They spend a lot of time there, but like, like born and raised.
Yeah, born and raised. Yeah, and it's like my great grandparents' generation, so it's like a strong family ties to
like generationally Cape Cod.
Yeah.
Okay. Were they like fishermen or anything like that? Like,
yeah. My grandfather's parents came from Sweden, and he was a woodworker. My great grandfather. And then my grandfather grew up there and he was a lobsterman, owned a fish market. My dad's a lobsterman. The whole.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
pretty generational.
So rad.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. It's fun.
Our house. If you live there, that's probably what you do.
It's what you do.
You're not just vacationing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I've never been there, but I just have a picture of what it's like there. But I would imagine like the year-round people are very hardy and like old school. Mm-hmm.
It's a small community too. Like once you're in the like local fisherman community. But, yeah.
I've like that whole area of like the first, like the Pilgrims and like all those like first whalers and settlers were coming over there. I've been listening to a book called like 1941 of like pre-contact like indigenous people and stuff and like how that went down and that whole area. Like I didn't realize there were like so many different tribal communities up there. Like even Massachusetts, I didn't realize that was like.
Yeah. There's a lot of history there that's definitely like washed over, but like, yeah, that was the first landing of the Pilgrims or something there too. So it's like sticks out into the ocean, which I think is why like there's a lot of like, I don't know, maritime history and stuff. But,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Enough about fishing. You got me on lobsters,
maritime
man.
history.
You know how I get every time lobsters.
I know.
Come up.
No, we got to get some down here. I think it would be fun to. We have that giant pot that I've been using to boil the wood in. Yeah. We should put some lobsters in there.
I usually cook crawfish in there. So
lobsters it'd be perfect.
Large
big
crawfish.
I would love
for
that.
real. Yeah. Next time I go up, I'll bring some down.
Okay. So where are you at? You're like 8?
8 to 12, I would say. It's like that period. And yeah, so back to lobsters during the season. Like, I think it was the last day of the season that my dad would go out. We'd have a big like lobster boil at my house with like friends and family and stuff. And my parents are like, they know how to put on a good gathering, definitely. So it would be, my mom would like start playing music in the afternoon on like the old speaker. I'd put on my rollerblades, do a couple laps in the garage, that kind of thing. Oh yeah, side story. But we had this like sign in there that said cold beer to go. Like it was on our outdoor fridge. And my sister and I would yell like cold beer to go. And when you said go, that's when you like rollerbladed as fast as you could around the garage. So it's that era. Scrape knees, the good stuff.
So much fun.
Yeah. But this was definitely a song when I was like, okay, there's going to be a party tonight. This song would be.
And this would be something your parents would be playing.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, definitely. But even back then I was like, that's a groovy tune. I didn't know what it meant, but I knew it was good.
All right.
And it's like definitely my dad's, like the first song, definitely my mom's influence. Like she's like 90s cool girl. And then my dad is like Grateful Dead string cheese incident. Gotcha. Like Sirius XM radio, even though you don't need to use that anymore. Like that stuff.
Such a brief period of time.
Yeah.
That was like,
yeah. He says, and fish. And he's like, which is up Trey's alley, but he's like, never in style, never out. So this is one of those songs, never in style, never out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the song?
Oh, 2 a.m. by Slightly Stupid.
I don't know.
Do you know this, Christopher?
No, I've heard of Slightly Stupid.
Yeah.
But
it's
Sublime-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like reggae influence white dudes, which, you know, but it's good.
Where are they from? Do you guys know off the top of your head?
No idea.
Okay.
But Sirius XM, according to me.
Yeah. All right.
So, let's hit it. 2 a.m. Slightly Stupid.
2 a.m. Drug. Oh. Drugs, a very different situation.
Very different. All right. Poor pockets.
I mean, the conversation is good for Slightly Stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So Slightly Stupid. That was a good song.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard them, and when we were talking, I like didn't like them because of their name and the people that I had met in the past that liked them. But I could see the right occasion. Yeah. And I'm like, shit, now I'm a Slightly Stupid fan.
Yeah, so the beach, like song. It's just, you can't go wrong.
That was cool.
Yeah. So that.
I have a quick question back to lobsters.
Back to lobsters.
Being in a lobster family, lobstering family, what is it? Lobstering?
Like a lobsterman.
All right.
Yeah.
How much lobster do you eat growing up?
It's kind of like the cobbler's kids has no shoes.
Yeah. That's kind of what I figured.
Yeah.
You're making money off of it.
Yeah. And every time my dad would bring it home, I didn't know that lobsters had 2 claws until I was like 15 or not 15. That's an exaggeration. Probably like 10.
Yeah.
Because he would only bring home lobsters that had 1 claw because you can't make as much money on those.
So it was like,
yeah.
All right. That makes sense.
It's like I only have scratch and dent pans at my house.
Yeah.
So Elena's going to think all of our pans are shit.
Yeah.
It's like thirds, not even seconds.
Thirds.
All right.
But I think that was like the first solid food I ever ate as like a baby too, like a little lobster leg sticking out.
Yeah. I like that. That's funny. All right. So where are we at now? You still in Cape Cod?
Still on Cape Cod. Yeah.
I mean, you were there most of your life.
Yeah. Always lived there. Like never even moved houses. So it's like, was my great grandparents' house, then my grandparents, and now ours. And there's like the woodshop at our house too, which is super cool.
So awesome. It's so rare these days.
Yeah.
Like, I live in my grandparents' house. Like, you know, it's just families just move constantly.
Yeah.
No.
Definitely.
And spread out. Were like your aunts and uncles in the area too? Like everybody was there.
Very like strong family core there, definitely. And I don't think my parents like even renovated our house until I was like in middle school. So it looked like from family photos that are just like
same as from like great
the same. Yeah, it's crazy. And the same wallpaper and like all of that stuff. And like once we repainted, they like painted the top of the dining area like ceiling. And like from all the candles and like cigarettes and stuff that had been smoked in there, it was like just like you could tell that it was black once you started painting over it.
For sure.
Good stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So what's going on now? So
now I'm probably 13, I would say. This is just like a very specific memory song. My sister, older sister, Sophie, she's like one of my best friends, has been forever. But she's 3 years older than me. So she got her license. She was like 16. I was 13. And the first like voyage we did in this car smelled like crayons. It was also a Volvo. So,
it had to be a Volvo.
It has to be a Volvo.
Always a Volvo.
Always.
This one.
Yeah. Definitely like better at parking than driving type car. Like it started like 70% of the time solidly. So
why
it wasn't
did it smell like crayons?
Like all old Volvos smell like
really?
crayons. I don't know why.
That's a thing, huh?
In my experience, it's a thing.
Because they're used to having so many kids in the back. With
And the mom car.
Left out in the hot sun.
Yeah, definitely. So in that car, it was like a S60 90s little like beater car. We went down to Cream and Cone Ice Cream, which is like the local fast food place.
And she's driving.
She's driving. I got a soft serve twist with rainbow sprinkles.
Wow.
The best order ever you can get. And
she had I'm assuming she had just gotten her license.
Like that day.
All right, you can take your sister out.
Yeah. Let's go get ice cream.
That's rad.
So yeah, it's this song specifically playing really loud. And Abba and my sister just like have a very bad relationship, honestly.
Bad?
Well, interesting because like fast forward 10 years from this is last summer and we're in Sweden after like my college graduation with like 3 of my best friends, a younger sister and my sister. And we rented a 9-person passenger van to get from Stockholm, Sweden to like the southwest coast to this town called Fjällbacka. And we're driving, it's like 5 hours. And we just like pulled over to put on like our white like midsummer gowns. And like we were expecting the whole like midsummer plot to go. And I was like so excited. And we were so hungry. We were like fasting the whole day for this like giant meal.
Smorgasbord, I believe they call it.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Fasting all day. But so we're like 10 minutes away. We just changed. And of course we have to play ABBA because that's where they're from.
Yeah.
So we're like coming around this curve. My sister's like putting up the window so it doesn't mess up her hair or something. And she like turns to put it up and we're coming around this curve and she just goes tangentially off the curve of the road. And Gimme Gimme, A Man After Midnight is playing. And it's just like blaring in the 9-person passenger van with like
terror.
Absolute terror. And
was it like a ravine or a ditch? Or
it was a solid ditch. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hit a tree?
We didn't hit a tree. Good. We just went straight into a field and like plowed into a fjord. We hit a Swedish horse and no. But yeah, we like plowed the field, like the whole all of the grass was like stuck under the edge of the car. And like everyone, because they're Swedish and are so nice, they were like, we're stopping and like, you girls are right. Like, we're fine.
Were you all American? How many people were in the van?
6 of us.
All Americans.
All Americans. Yeah, all in white dresses.
100% like the beginning of a horror movie.
I know. And I was like kind of excited, but it went well. And this sprinter van of people from Finland came by and it was like the first drive they'd ever done with this car. And they're like, oh, we'll help you. And they had this like pulley thing with a hook and they like, situation. A winch. And they ended up pulling us like backwards out of the ditch. Cool. And then they came over for the smorgasbord.
Oh, that's awesome. Is it Borg or board? I have no idea.
It's a G.
Yeah.
I think it's spelled with a D at the end.
I think it's board.
Yeah, but it's spelled, it's like pronounced like.
I think here been calling it Borg.
Yeah.
But I think in Sweden it's smorgasbord.
Yeah.
I believe. Don't quote me.
Yeah. I don't know. But
anyway.
Anyway.
So as this is going on, ABBA's blaring and it's
ABBA's
like,
playing.
as you're terrified. And then relieved. So it's like a whole gambit of emotions.
Whole gamut. Yeah. But this
song comes from the self-serve ice cream.
Yeah. From the good memory of it. Yeah. So I could have picked Gimme Gimme, but Dancing Queen is just solid tune.
Yeah, it's
you got to listen to it when you're like 17 and a girl. So
all right. Dancing Queen.
Dancing Queen.
All right, Dancing Queen.
Dancing
classic.
Queen. Yeah.
I mean,
super classic.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that song since I was born.
Forever.
Pretty much, you know, it was. I didn't realize until fairly recently, like how rabid ABBA fans are. Because I guess they only play every now and again, or like they had a tour a few years ago, and it was like the biggest news ever. And I was like, really?
Really? It's just like I bet like such an extravagant show that it's like. Yeah. I bet it would be so fun to see.
Yeah, I'm sure it's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So what did you do after ice cream?
After ice cream, probably went home and did my homework.
In life.
In life. Still, now I am like probably 16, 17, still on Cape Cod. But it's like a good place to grow up, definitely. Yeah. Have like, some good pals, like, high school's weird, but not that bad. You know how it is. And
you're going to school, obviously with like people that are like your peers, like those families, are they like generational families too, or?
Yeah, a lot of them are. A lot not, but like the elementary school I went to, if I kept going to that school, like I would have graduated with like 25 or 30 people.
Right.
But I ended up doing moving to a bigger like regional school, like another public school that was just like a little bigger. But yeah, that was like a 20-minute drive from my house. 18 minutes if you really timed it right.
You got the lights.
Yeah, I got the lights.
You got the one light.
If you got the one light, yeah. And yeah, at this point, next song, I'm like, just got my license myself in the same car that my sister had, the Volvo.
Is that the same one you were driving? Like when you started?
No, that was my mom's car that like I went to like had a car seat in.
Okay.
And like
really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
So
those things won't die.
They won't die. Well, they're pretty good at dying in my experience.
Some of them do, apparently.
Yeah.
All right, so you got your 16-ish.
16-ish. Just like, this song is on, like just being 23 I started like using Spotify when I was like 14. So I have like a whole catalog of like all of my music ever.
That's like Cassidy was saying too. Like,
yeah. It's crazy. And it's like super embarrassing, but also just like it's so awesome. Funny. Yeah.
To like be in one place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I know you have some CDs now, but like, did you ever go to a music store as a kid?
Ever? Not really as a kid, honestly.
Was it always downloads? Or did you ever was it ever physical media?
Like, no, definitely downloads. Like iTunes felt like that to me. I feel like buying a 99-cent song was like,
because you purchased
it. Purchased it. Yeah. But there's like a couple of music stores, but I never like bought CDs and like tape decks and stuff until
like
I was
the only
older.
physical stuff was like your parents' stuff, I'm assuming.
Yeah. And this car had a tape deck and an aux cord, and then you attach the dongle to the aux cord to get into your first generation iPhone. Yeah. And so this is on the first Spotify playlist I have, and it's called Throwbacks. It's spelled THROBAX. So
nice.
You know I'm cool.
And that's what you named it back then.
Back then. It was old music. Yeah, it was old music. Yeah. So I felt definitely like cool for listening to older music then. And this is a song like there's this one road up in Wellfleet, which is like kind of, it's a national seashore area, like closest to my high school kind of. It's called Ocean View Drive, and it's between the Beachcomber, which is this like that beach bar that I said Slightly Stupid would be good to listen to. And this other beach, LeCount Hollow Beach. And it was like, if there was like a bonfire high school party, like it would be on one of those beaches, like to the left or right or whatever. And yeah, so Sister Golden Hair by America is the next one.
Nice.
Yeah.
America's
and this is
one of my favorites.
Yeah, they're really good. And it's like a windows down driving.
Totally. Yeah.
Like that road song. Like I have very specific memory of listening to that song.
Yeah.
I'm just like, doing that, wondering what's next.
Yeah.
And
Were you dating in high school?
yes, I was in a long-term, really like middle school till like 2 years ago relationship.
Oh, wow.
Which is
That's
pretty
wild.
funny. So I was
That's cool.
joked like when we broke up, I was like, I feel like a 21-year-old like divorcee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like, I was in a relationship at this time too.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah.
America. Let's do it.
It's your golden hair.
Great. America.
America.
That's we were discussing over the break. Like America's one of those bands that you don't realize how many like hits that they're like, oh, I never even realized that was America.
Yeah.
Like you'll know a song for years.
They're all over.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Bowl cuts.
Side question. I would imagine, is there a Cape Cod accent? Because you don't seem to have an accent.
I don't, but like home videos I did.
Yeah.
It's like Boston mixed with saying like wicked a lot.
Yeah. like I'm picturing like a whaler, like someone like Cape Cod or something. Like I don't know. I don't know. That's
it's
what
like
I'm
more
picturing.
like dropping the R's a lot.
Okay.
So like where'd you park?
So how do you say burr?
Huh?
How do you say burr if it's cold?
Wicked cold.
If you drop the R's, it's just
Yeah, in New York we say brick.
Brick.
Yeah. It's like a New York thing. It's just brick.
It's brick.
Yeah.
I
It's
like
not
that.
brick as shit. It's not brick as fuck. It's just brick. Like
Brick.
it can be it's like cold as shit, cold as fuck, brick.
Brick.
That's it.
You know what that means? Like I knew what that means before you even explained it. Like that's a perfect
That's
phrase for that.
Yeah. All right. So what are we doing now?
Now I decided to come to UVA.
what year was that?
I graduated high school in 2018.
Okay.
So yeah.
It's like 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, I graduated high school.
What about like how'd you even know about UVA? Like what happened?
My sister went to UVA.
Oh, okay.
But I was like very much not wanting to apply there. I was just like, that's not me. Like trying to like do my own thing always, which is, I don't know, fight it. But I ended up applying to the architecture school because I thought it was interesting. Everywhere else I applied for like bio or like some sciencey sort of thing.
What other stuff were you into like in high school? Just
in high school, did a lot of sports like soccer, cross country, swimming. I knit ugly hats. And yeah,
it's not what I think of like high schooler of doing. But also you're like
this is Sonja.
It's a Sonja thing.
Yeah. Just like had a good time, I would say, in high school. I was like, okay, like this ain't so bad. Like I can do college. So I ended up deciding to go to UVA architecture school. Got there. I liked it, but I also was like feeling this weird sort of pressure to like, I don't know, like my grandfather was very encouraging that like my sister and I went to college because like he never did. And both my parents kind of like weren't so into that. So I was like, oh, I should do like science or like pre-med or like I just felt like a bit of intensity
like
about
if you're
it.
gonna do it.
Be a
Do
lawyer,
it. Yeah. So like that's what I was thinking. So I ended up switching out of the architecture school and it was just like it was this weird period of like trying to figure it out, you know, how it goes. But I met some like really awesome friends for sure who like are still my best friends to this day. And I met my friend Stuart first day ever of college, first class. And I was like, hey, could I borrow a pencil? Because she looked cool. And then we've been friends ever since.
All the way to college and you forgot pencils.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't. I definitely didn't. But
I mean, in that year, did they still use pencils in college?
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of nice too.
I don't know.
To like doodle and instead of Googling stuff for a minute.
Mm.
But yeah. So in college, like this is the song I remember from like my second year of college. We lived in this apartment together, like two of my best friends, Kate and Stuart, and I, and a fourth roommate who we kind of, she wasn't into what we were into, let's say that. She was very different of just like sorority girl type. But yeah.
Oh,
anyway.
so I was like, wait, was she like a vampire?
You know,
no,
that'd be
she was a
cool.
sorority.
Yeah. But there's this like hill behind our apartment on John Street. And it was like this super steep hill, but it was a cul-de-sac at the end. And like, yeah, this apartment was a mess. We had just like plastered sheets of paper on all of the walls so that we could write down like ideas and doodles and like pictures and like all of this stuff always. And yeah, just like cooking weird vegan stuff and smoothies and, you know.
Yeah.
But this hill, we at night would go skateboard down it. And we had a regular skateboard, a longboard, and a penny board.
It's a penny board.
It's like those little plastic ones that are like 12 inches long. They're so small, but they're meant for doing like tricks.
Like a banana board? We call
Maybe.
it banana board.
It has like
it doesn't
the
have like a
hatching.
tail or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like 70s.
Yeah.
Banana
Okay.
board, like big wheels.
Big wheels. And it's like meant for doing like a kickflip if you could ever do that, but I never could.
I don't know.
No.
Never heard of this penny
Okay.
board.
Yeah, me neither.
Penny
You
board.
can't do a kickflip.
I think it's because you
probably.
probably buy it for like a penny.
Okay.
It's like so cheaply made.
Okay.
But it was bright pink with blue wheels, I remember. And we would skateboard down this hill at night, just feeling like girly pop angst, I would say, is the vibe of this era. And yeah, I remember like one time I used the penny board with some like definite like herbal confidence going down this hill. And it was like the type of hill where like you can feel your feet start to like
you get the speed
wiggle.
wobbles?
Yes.
Ah.
Under you. And there's just like, you just got to commit to it
Yeah,
at that point. There's no bailing.
You can kind of like lower your center of gravity. That's the
Yeah.
only thing
But
you
like
really
I'm
do.
wearing a trench coat at this time.
Or you bail and you run as fast as you can.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Until you hit a mailbox.
Yeah. Or the bottom of the cul-de-sac, which was this
These penny
situation.
boards, I'm looking them up now. Total like 1970s,
Probably a
like Santa
banana.
Monica, California,
Yeah.
but plastic.
Plastic.
Yeah.
All plastic.
It's different than a banana board.
They're like wide and then kind of like taper down to the back.
Wait, let me
almost.
see what you're looking at.
I mean, I can't turn it.
yeah.
Okay.
We can deal with this later.
Yeah.
Anyway, penny board is what I know a mess. But yeah, so that era kind
So
of.
what is it? What are we listening to?
We're listening to Thinning by Snail Mail. And it's also
Snail Mail.
Snail
Yeah.
Mail.
Heard of
These
it.
Yeah.
next couple I've never heard of either. So
And
cool.
it's also like this song is on, just going back to having like all of my music cataloged on Spotify. It's on a playlist called Songs to Listen to Really Loud. So I recommend doing
Okay.
that
All right.
to this song.
What kind of band is Snail Mail?
It's like indie, girly, pop, rock.
Okay. It's a girl, like females are in the band.
Yeah. They're really good. And I would like, it could be Snail Mail or Soccer Mommy or like
Soccer Mommy's a band.
a band. Yeah.
It's a good band name.
It's a lot of good band names. That's also this like group of friends I found. We were like on those sheets of paper on the apartment walls. Band names were always, none of us can play music for shit, but always thinking of them.
Cool. Snail Mail.
Snail Mail.
Let's run it.
Thinning.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was really good. Yeah, we were talking over the break and I feel like I've seen this band in the 90s, just like
Mhm.
the same type of band, just
Yeah.
like lower production.
Yeah. They're good. And
Yeah.
it's like the perfect thing when you're just like feeling itchy in your own skin, you know, like that
Yeah.
type of like, listen to it really loud.
Yeah. I have to
Skate down
check
a
them
hill.
out.
Almost.
Snail Mail.
Yeah.
It's good.
Good. Yeah.
All right. So you're still in college at this point?
Still in college. Sometimes against my will, but doing it. Yeah. Then
Sorry. You're still dating this person from junior high?
yeah.
How did that work long distance?
It was weird, definitely.
Where did they go to school? Did they go to college?
Yeah, he went to college in Maine.
In Maine?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's far.
Far. Yeah, it's not easy to get there. And it was weird. But yeah, no regrets about it. It ended like about this time too.
Yeah.
And yeah. So like this time I had just gotten like into my stride, I feel like, in college. Mm-hmm. Then damn COVID happened. COVID. So yeah, that was like the spring of my second or sophomore year of college, and had to go home. And
yeah, so they like shut the whole school down.
Right. And it was like online classes. They didn't lower tuition, of course. And yeah, just like very uncomfortable for a lot of reasons. But yeah, going back home after you've been like living on your own for the first time, like finding your friends, finding what you like to do.
You moved back in with your parents?
Yeah. Back on Cape Cod. So it's
back to the Cape.
Damn, back to the Cape.
That's gonna be the name of this episode.
Back to the Cape. Yeah, we should start doing that.
Yeah, we try to come up with something.
Okay. But yeah, so back to the Cape, and everyone's there. Small house for that type of situation. And then my parents had been talking about for like so long wanting to move west to Idaho. So during this period, they like decided that they were going to do it. So they did like a trial period and like moved out of our house. So it was like, then I was like, I'm going to stay, do like online courses here because I didn't want to pay rent in Charlottesville because it's so expensive. And yeah, so I was living in like my childhood house without my family.
Without your family.
Yes.
It's like a real Home Alone situation.
It was, and the house is so creaky because it's so old.
I was about to ask, what's the ghost situation in that old house?
Yeah, ghosts.
I think so.
I'm friends with them, but
it's just your like great grandparents.
Yeah, exactly.
Did they build that house? Do you know?
There was like a small like square of a house there, and then they like added the actual house onto it. There's still like a birthing room type situation, which is where like the fireplace is. It's like very, very back to the 1800s. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm living there by myself in the winter on Cape Cod too during COVID. So everything closes at 4 p.m. regardless, and then plus COVID, it's just like pretty stiflingly weird.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
was Sophie there?
No, she was, living in Waynesboro at that time. So, yeah, I'm by myself. And I'm just like breaking up with my boyfriend at the time. And just like feeling everything, going for like the walks that I used to as a child. And then like,
winter,
damn.
Like beach towns in the winter are like, they're awesome. But if you're in the wrong headspace, it is sad.
Yeah, it's sad. But also like I needed to be. So it was I was putting myself there intentionally kind of. And so it was just like kind of going through it. And it would have been a song called These Days by Nico. I don't know. Nico. She's this like cool lady singer, but it's like
she's doing stuff for like the Velvet Underground.
Yes, it was too sad to include. So I chose a different song, but it's like that song is about like walking by yourself alone and like not talking to anyone, which is exactly what I was doing. Yeah, and that's when I embroidered these pants too. So something came out of it.
Oh, that's cool.
But
that's a good song. I would have been happy with it.
Yeah, this is a song called Polyp, I think it's pronounced, by my best friend's brother's band called Wayuka. They're an Atlanta band, and it's just kind of like that, all the feelings in one kind of song. It's like, uncomfortable time, good song.
Okay. And it's your best friend's brother's band? Mm-hmm. Okay. What kind of music is it?
It's like punk. I don't know. They're kind of like, they've been a band, I think, since they were all in middle school. And now they're like almost 30 and have just like been the same group of guys all the way through.
That rules.
And their lyrics are really good. Their art for this song is like also really good. If you're listening to it on Spotify, you'll see that. They're a cool group of guys. But it would have been a sad song, but I chose this one, which I was also listening to a lot.
What are they called? I know you just said it, but it already slipped my mind. What are they called again?
Wayuka.
Wayuka. Yeah. All right. Wayuka. Let's do it. Wayuka. That was really, really good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Also one that like probably gets better the louder you listen to it in your car.
Yeah, because that's very like, it's good. You got to be like enveloped in it. There's a lot of layers.
Yeah, headspacey, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was excellent. I'm going to check more of them out. How do you spell it?
WIEUCA.
Okay.
I think it was like the name of the street that they like first. They were in like 6th grade or something. They're like, oh, we'll call our band that. And then they just stuck with it.
It's a cool word.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Where are we at now?
Now. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're back in the Cape.
Back at the Cape.
Sad.
It's wintertime on the beach.
Yeah, wintertime on the beach.
Yeah, pale.
It's just you and the ghost.
Yeah, shuffling on the beach for sure. Yeah, and then I was like, I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
So one of my other best friends, Kate, it was funny. I texted her last night and I was like, which song reminds you more of like this trip that we did together, Rome or Wide Open Spaces? And she's like bad at reading. So she love her, but she's not good at reading. And she was like, just like skimmed through the text and she's like, yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. And I was like, what?
She thought you were asking her to go to Rome.
No. She was like, yeah, like, let's do it.
Roam some wide open spaces.
Yeah, the key words were Rome and wide open space. And she was like, I'm in. Like, when? And
I mean, it's awesome that she's like, whatever Sonja wants, man, I'm down.
Yeah.
She's always game. I like that.
She's always game. And it's, one of those friends that's like just a buddy through and through.
So what was this trip y'all went on?
So we decided to woof, which is like not a furry thing. Yeah, I knew you were going to ask. Right. Not a furry thing.
Farm working.
Yeah, it's like worldwide opportunities on organic farms. That's what it stands for.
Oh, yeah. I looked into this.
Yes.
Because I was like.
Wolfing, not wolf.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, years ago, I was depressed in New York.
Yeah.
Before I met Sheila. And I was like, I'm just going to like ride a train out west and just work.
Yeah.
I had like forestry service jobs and stuff like that.
So I was that. But
gotcha.
This time. And so we decided to woof, looked into like a couple different places and decided to go to Whidbey Island, which is off of Washington State on the West Coast. And we worked on an essential oil farm. Wasn't a cult, I swear.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah.
It sounds like they were manufacturing like cocaine or something like on the other side of the mountain.
It might have been. But just like beautiful spot. We drove from Idaho out to Washington State, took like a ferry to get over there and stayed there for a month and like distilled essential oils and like lived in a trailer, caught bed bugs,
nice.
ate a lot of cans of beans and drank a lot of IPA.
And how old are you at this point?
I'm
last year, dude.
2 weeks ago. I was like 21, I think.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So doing that and just like the last period was just like so intense in my head. And then just to have someone who like also has like, she's very internal too. And just like to be able to say it all and like a beautiful new place was like very cool and important.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we're doing that. And then from there we like did the month, learned a lot, dug a lot of holes, and then went for a road trip from Washington State down to like the coast of Oregon and California and then back to Idaho. And the coast of Oregon is like, if we're looking for a satellite location, I think that's it. It's so cool.
How far did you go down the California coast?
We went to like just north of San Francisco, I think. So
that's pretty far.
Pretty far. Yeah. And then back to
it's
Idaho.
Like Crescent City and all that up there is so cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Oregon is just like the California coast, but with like a fifth of the people.
Yeah.
And
does the road go as close? It more inland, right? Or is
it was like 10 and 2 white knuckling the steering wheel. Like it was a shifty road.
Yeah.
But yes, like slept in a little A-frame tent for like 6 weeks and just had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's like Goonies territory.
Yeah, it was so Goonies.
It's another place, so I bet in the winter it gets like sad if you're in the wrong headspace.
Yeah. And you could see the weather coming from like 10 miles away.
Yeah.
So it was like you saw the cloud and then you're driving it. It was like just, a very intense landscape, but super cool.
Was it like dangerous at all? Just the two of y'all? Like, how did you feel?
It like, I feel like my friend group and I have like very good luck together, I would say. So it was like, felt like a lot of good luck on this trip. Like we were going to, what's it called? It's like this, it's not a cult once again.
Maybe that's the name of this episode.
It's not a cult.
I swear. It's not a cult.
Oh, the Sea Ranch in California. Okay. It's in Gualala, California. And it's like all of this like clapboard siding houses and these like interesting shapes. And we were going to see that and like walk around there. And we stopped at this campground on the way. And this woman, we were sitting on like the beach along this river. And she was like, oh, like, do you want our kayaks? We're like, okay, sure. So then we like took the kayaks down this river to this restaurant that like we were going to go to later. And we saw like a tree fall into, I'd never seen a tree fall, I don't think, in my life.
Did it make a sound?
It made a sound. But I was there to see it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it fell like into this river and we were kayaking by it and probably again, like some herbal confidence, but like, oh my God, like it's crazy. And then we were just like enjoying all of this, like good luck. It felt like bounty, absolute bounty that we had. And then we get back and the woman had called the cops because she thought that we had like gotten swept out to sea or something because we were gone for so long.
Goodness gracious.
But it was like, yeah, it was funny. It was just like a string of good luck for sure. And then we get to the restaurant and we saw, have you seen the show Nathan For You?
Yes.
We saw it.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Nathan Felder at the restaurant. Yeah.
And are you sure? Because also I can imagine that area, a lot of people look like that.
Yeah. A lot of tech bros, but no, it was definitely him because he had the same like droning voice.
Yeah.
But he was like just talking about like they're going on an oyster tour in California. And I was like, come on, dude. Like, I don't know. He was so normalized in that moment. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. So this is the song from the road trip that like was your, or this, not even road trip, it's like a whole adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rome by the B-52s. It's on the playlist we listened to a lot during that time. I have
this record at home.
Yeah.
It's great.
It rocks.
Great record.
Yeah.
All right. B-52s, Rome. Let's do it. All right. B-52s.
52s.
I mean, it doesn't get much better as far as road trip music.
It really doesn't. Yeah.
Like, it's essential, like any type. Desert, mountains.
All of it. Ocean.
Like, Oregon coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even a boat. Even a boat.
Yeah. All of it.
Boat
we were
trip.
saying couldn't decide, or Corey thought it was named after a jet.
A plane.
Well, the B-52 is a bomber.
Yeah,
but yeah, we looked it up
bomber.
and it's from the beehive hairdos.
Yeah.
That was like the slang term back in the day.
My guess was Elon Musk's kid, but that wasn't it.
Like 75th kid. All right. So where are we at now? So you're done with your Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
That you made it unscathed.
Uh-huh.
And what are you up to now? Amateur.
Oops. Yeah.
Now I'm back. It's like the summer before my last year of college. And
so it's still COVID or did you go back?
It's still COVID.
Yeah.
Like
did you graduate like under COVID?
I graduated, the last semester was we could go back to in-person classes, but that was the first one since COVID. So like this next semester was like mixed, like some classes were in person, but most were online.
Okay.
And it was weird. And it's just like, that's not what you go to college for.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sure.
So yeah, summer before my fourth year, I was going to go and just do like normal class online in Charlottesville, but I decided to go abroad for a semester because I could still like graduate on time doing that. So I went to Stockholm, Sweden.
Nice.
Yep. Where we do have some family there still. So it was like, yeah, I just wanted to like learn about it under the guise of going to school there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was super fun. Just like time to, yeah, like for, I don't know, just redefine kind of and like just say yes to stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely. This song I heard over like the loudspeaker in this photography museum there called the Fotografiska.
Mhm.
And I heard it and I was like, I like memorized the lyrics to it because I didn't have like Wi-Fi or like service or something.
Yeah.
So I like remembered.
Google it later?
Yeah, to Google it later once I had service. And I was like, this is a damn good song. So I remembered the lyrics, listened to it later. And it was only on YouTube. It wasn't on Spotify until like literally 2 months ago. So this was perfect timing. But yeah, great song. It's just like, I don't know, just doing your thing kind of is the vibe of it. And yeah, it was like, I don't know. I love to wear kind of crazy stuff sometimes when I can. And Sweden, I just like, or Stockholm is like a very fashionable place kind of. And was fun to wear crazy outfits listening to the song.
Did you go to Gothenburg at all?
I did. Yeah. That's where my family
I knew a bunch of people from there.
Mm-hmm.
They always said like Gothenburg's to New York, Stockholm's to LA. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I've never been.
Yeah, I would say that's
love to go to
pretty
Sweden.
accurate. It's super cool. And there's like such a solid music scene there. My cousin went to like I was doing an abroad program that was in a music school there. And he like went to that school and he's a jazz musician. So I went to like a lot of jazz shows in Stockholm.
Yeah.
I saw this group called Butcher Brown. They're like a rap, jazz, like funk kind of group.
Okay.
But it was really good.
Yeah, Sweden's got an amazing rock and roll scene.
Yeah.
Like the garage and like metal and like some of my favorite all-time bands are
ABBA.
Swedish. ABBA,
yeah.
like Swedish garage stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I should make you a playlist. Like
Yeah.
Swedish
For sure.
rock and roll stuff.
I'd love that.
Like. Yeah. All right, so who is this though?
This is called the Aldos Band.
The Aldos? Are you kidding me?
Aldos Band.
You're going off too?
The Safari sound. So, you know,
it's not
Safari.
It's the good, the bad, and the ugly theme.
Medieval whistle.
Sorry.
But yeah. This is kind of
sorry. Again, who is it again? Aldos?
Aldos Band. AL space DOS.
Okay.
Band.
What's the name of the song?
Doing Your Thing with Pride.
Doing Your Thing with Pride.
Yeah.
All right.
And I remember like listening to the song with headphones in, like walking to something that I was going to and just like wearing crazy pants.
Cool. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That's it.
Aldos Band.
All right.
Aldos Band.
Yeah.
That was good. I misunderstood. I thought they were a Swedish band when we were talking, and they are not.
They're not. We found out Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah, from the mid-70s.
All right. Yeah, I've never heard them before.
Yeah. Truly like on YouTube until about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So they're good.
That was awesome. When you were in Sweden on this trip, were you by yourself?
Yeah, I went by myself.
You went with like family there. Did you stay with them or?
I didn't stay with them. Okay. No. Yeah, I was in like student housing type situation.
Yeah. Because most people there speak English.
Like like more grammatically correct than I think I ever could.
Like I've never met a Swedish person that doesn't speak.
Yeah, definitely. English. And I did like I tried to learn, but it's just such a weird language to overhear and like pick up on. But jag vill ha en öl means I'll have a beer, which is like the best thing I learned how to say. Skål. Yeah, skål. Yeah.
So you're not dual citizenship or anything. Could you get dual citizenship?
I think I could, but my grandfather would have to get it first. And he like his parents are from there and he like spent a lot of his childhood there, but
it has to be unbroken.
Yeah. So I don't have it, but I would like, if anyone is listening and knows how to a woodworking job in Sweden, let me know.
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'd do anything to live up there.
For real. It's just like, yeah, that's the first like city environment I've lived in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also so like connected to the nature there, and the water is right there. There's so many parks, and it was just a like truly lovely place to be for a while.
Yeah, I watch a lot of like Scandinavian films, and like all their cities. It's like the future, like how it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
They're clean.
It's clean, but like everything's like tied in where it makes sense. You can get around easy. It's like parks and like there's like a feng shui to it, like the flowiness of
Absolutely.
Instead of just
so comfortable and just nice people. And I was there when it got dark at 2 p.m., which was pretty rough. But they have always candles in every window and all that stuff. So it's very cozy.
It's cool.
All
right. So what are we up to now?
So now I am ready to drop it all and move to Sweden, but I have to go back to college. So I go back for my last semester of my last year. I don't have the song written down, but I'm pretty sure I know. Is it For My Raza? Yeah. And I move in with my friend Kate, who graciously lets me live in the tiny little sunroom in her apartment.
In Charlottesville.
In Charlottesville, yeah. Has 7 windows and about probably 15 square feet, but it's enough for a bed and a pile of clothes on the floor. So it's good. And yeah, have just try to, I don't know, college is weird. And like the friends I made besides my very close friends, it's just kind of like a very odd group. So I'm just trying to make the absolute best of it. I'm thinking in my mind that it's the last time I'll be living in Charlottesville. So just leaning into it. This song definitely was listened to a lot of times, pretty loud to my neighbor's dismay, probably. But before we were like going out and stuff, we thought so hard. We genuinely thought that it meant For My Friends. It's called For My Raza. We thought so hard that it meant that, and every time it would it became a joke. It was like, oh, it's For My Raza, For My Raza, For My Raza. And we made a shared photo album called For My Raza. And like all these white girls at UVA, which is like a historically problematic institution. And just us like running around there in weird hats and stuff. And then photo album called For My Raza, we find out it means for my race.
Yes.
So yes, exactly. We changed the name of the photo album.
Mirasa.
Mirasa. Yeah. Did not compute. Ignorance is not always bliss.
I mean, listen, it's in the same wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Like the sentiment is the same.
For white girls, maybe not. But
White girls at UVA.
White girls at UVA.
Yeah.
But it's just a good song.
And who is it?
I don't even know who sings it.
Raze,
it's like a mix.
Raze and Cap G.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's a remix too, this one, of like a bunch of different people on the same album. But
Rozay. Raze, Rose, Raze.
Yeah.
All right. And how did you run across this song?
Probably the algorithm. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Something like that.
Algorithm.
Fucking the algorithm. But yeah, played a lot before going out.
Okay. So it's like, you're like, here we go.
Yeah. It was like, it's a fun song for sure.
Right.
He actually wrote this for the white girl college algorithm.
Right.
Just for us.
All right.
So,
For
yeah.
Me Raza.
Raza.
Let's do it. All right. For Me Raza.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. One of those.
Yeah.
Can't
I wonder
feel
how you
bad while
guys ran
listening to
across-
it.
I mean, I know it's the algorithm. It just popped up, but like, it's just funny.
Yeah. I don't know. One of me or one of my friends definitely found it. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Where
it's
it came from.
a good getting hyped song for sure.
Yeah.
Like dress in. I see like what's it in a movie when they're just like clips, like
Yeah.
what's
In the
word? I
orange
can't
fur
remember.
hat.
Yeah, I can't remember
Montage.
the montage.
Montage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. It was so much of that in that tiny apartment of just like hundreds of outfits and one mirror in like the common space. So it was always interesting.
Yeah,
but
that's fun.
One mirror to all get ready to go out.
And how many girls?
Just my friend Kate and I, but like my two other friends would definitely like just live there too. So
yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. But
all right,
good stuff.
So what's up next?
Then I graduated and just didn't know what was next. I studied public health in college, which is interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. What does that entail? I don't even know what that
It was honestly a lot of reading like COVID news headlines, which kept like me informed during college, which was good. And just healthcare, public healthcare, worldwide pandemics, epidemics, like that kind of stuff. It was kind of like a common ground between like social science stuff and actual science stuff, which I was interested in. But it kind of became like the major that I needed to do in order to graduate on time. But I was interested in it, definitely. Graduated college, but realized I didn't want to do that. And was looking for like architectural fabrication jobs was what my Google search was, definitely. And then I came across Indeed.com and a company called Blanc Creatives.
I've heard of those guys.
Yeah, they're all right.
I heard they got big muscles.
Very big. Farmer stands, big muscles.
They got a cool podcast, I heard. You heard about that?
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's all right. You ran across it on Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Were you planning on, like, did you want to stay in town or what was you wanted to
No.
get out of Charlottesville?
Yeah, that was like my only requirement, I would say, of like a job or opportunity was like, I want to get out of Virginia. I want to go back to Sweden very badly or just somewhere very different. I was like, maybe I'll just do it for the summer, see how I like it, do. And I also thought I was going to be just like a woodshop assistant at that time. Didn't realize that the head of the woodshop was leaving. So it was going to become my job. But it was like,
you got Shanghai.
But I was like, okay, actually, this is pretty perfect for what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Ended up staying in Charlottesville in that same place where For My Raza played for another like 2 or 3 months. And then I moved just like to another more adult housing area. Live there now, work here. And the song, like Coming Over the Mountain in the Morning when it's really pretty.
Yeah.
I definitely am listening to that.
Yeah, for those that don't know where we're at in Waynesboro, Charlottesville's on the other side of Afton Mountain. And going down 64, and it's such a, especially in the morning,
barricade for so many people. I think it's way more mentally than physically.
Yeah.
I mean, I drive over it every day. You drive over it every day. I take the local roads up, but you take the highway? I take,
or 250 like halfway and then get back onto 64.
Yeah, because taking 250 with the overpass so right pretty. There, and it's just
it's just gorgeous. And like
watching the sunrise over that mountain is so beautiful in the morning.
Yeah.
And in my mind, for some reason, or just Charlottesville is in a valley for sure. So you don't see the Blue Ridge Mountains like all around it. Or you get glimpses, but you
Piedmont,
don't.
So it's only like mountains on one side, but not the other.
Yeah. You don't realize like the scope of the range, definitely. And then driving over the mountain, you realize like, oh, I really live in the valley of like these gorgeous mountains. And when the sun's hitting it right. And especially like this winter when we didn't have much snow, but like a couple of those like ice storms where it just
Wonderland.
Snow globed the whole place.
Yeah.
This is called Living in the Country.
Living in the Country. Who's it by?
Cowboy.
Just Cowboy.
Straight to the
Cowboy.
point.
How was that name not taken?
Right? I'm like
song?
that. What?
Is this like a newer song?
No, I don't know, honestly. He doesn't have much else, but this is a really good one.
All right. Living in the Country by Cowboy.
Yeah.
From the 70s, 1969.
Oh, okay.
I've never heard of Cowboy. I mean, it makes sense.
Here we go. Cowboy, Living in the Country.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Cowboy.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that's going over the mountain. And even in the valley here, man, it's just so gorgeous. I'm so happy about it. Like, I never would have thought that this area would be a place for me, you know.
Just untouched in the like authentic, like everyone is here for a reason, which I really appreciate about it. It's not you're living here for the name of living in Waynesboro. Certainly. It's like you're here because of X, Y, and Z. And I like that makes a very like authentic group of people, I would say.
I agree.
And it's still a good secret.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And after work the other day, like I went into Shenandoah and did a beautiful hike and saw 2 people.
Yeah.
And then went back to Charlottesville where there's traffic.
Yeah. It gets crazy up there in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
But like this time of year, it's nobody up there.
Definitely.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's so nice.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're living in the country and you're happy.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Something I didn't expect. But it's nice. My sister lives in Waynesboro. So she's close by. And
your sister's real cool. I like when she comes by.
She is very cool.
Very cool person.
Yeah. Good friend. And it's just, doing what I like to do, learning a lot and being close to people I care about and love. It's all good.
Yeah. And you're doing a great job, from my opinion.
Thank you.
Like, especially that wasn't your intention to be the head of the department.
Yeah.
It just kind of happened. But for like you being young, you know, I mean, you took like a managerial role, which can be tough.
Yeah.
You know, like if I was your age, I probably wouldn't have done such a good job.
Unexpected, definitely.
And it's been very cool.
Corey's staying silent on this section.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not your boss. So, from my opinion, you're doing a good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Your predecessor, like, trained me to be accepting of many things in that role.
Okay, that's big enough. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I think.
No, so you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. But I've been trained on how to deal with the wood shop in a certain way.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. All right. So what's going on now? That was your 10th one, right?
That was my 10th. Yeah. So that brings us up to now.
Bonus round.
I feel like bonus round.
Yeah.
This song, next one, my plus one, is the answer to a question I like to ask, which is, what's a song that's like shouldn't pump you up but does?
Okay.
Like a song that has no reason to have that energy, but for you specifically, it's like, hell yeah.
It's not on Club Jam's 35.
No, but you love it regardless.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you love it. Does it make you like happy, or is it just like?
It's just some energy. It could be any type of energy, but it just like gives that for sure.
Okay. And what song is it?
It's called Thank You by Dido.
Okay. Yeah, I know this song.
So back to this one. Yeah. Like Corey was saying, it should be like chronologically, probably the first song ever. But yeah, it's a plus one. And I asked Sam that question, who's the person I'm in a relationship with now. And I was like, what's your answer to that question? And we live like a 1 song drive from each other's houses. And so it was like the perfect time to play this one song.
Yeah.
What's her song?
I don't know. I didn't.
You weren't paying attention. All right.
Whoops.
Here. Let's start taking notes.
Taking notes. Yeah. -1.
So how'd you run across this? Just algorithm? Or?
I don't know. I think that like this is definitely my mom's field of music.
Because this isn't like before your time. I'm not sure when this came out, but it was like, I would assume late 90s, early 2000s.
Sounds 90s.
This album came out in 99.
Yeah.
Okay.
But wasn't Dido like, she got big because of
the Eminem thing.
Yeah. And then like, because she had, from how I remember it, because I think she's foreign, right? Isn't she? I think she's European.
I don't know.
In my head, this is how it goes. He had sampled one of her songs, but she had been around for a long time. And then, was it this song?
I'm trying to remember right now. I'm looking it up.
That was that dun 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 dun.
Doesn't sound like it.
I don't remember, but I know this song.
I don't know. Yeah. She also sings like White Flag, which is like such a sad breakup. Oh wait, Sam did say that song actually she was listening to the other day.
So this was the best-selling album, 2001.
Yeah, but I think if I remember correctly, the canon in my head that she had been around for a long time and then like got popular like in the States because of the sample that he had used. And
I mean, that's how I know who Dido is because of Eminem.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's good. I mean, I've just heard what's on the radio and stuff. I never did a deep dive on Dido.
Yeah. So it's one song drive with your crush.
I like it. Let's do it. Thank You by Dido. From pole to pole.
Pole to pole.
North or south.
All right. Dido, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a beautiful song.
It's
like we all know that song. Yeah, I haven't listened to much Dido other than what's been on the radio, but it's.
I kind of only listened to that song by her, but I wouldn't.
Now you have to listen to Eminem. You've never heard the Eminem.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I got educated on what a stan, the origin of what a stan is.
Yeah, the 45-year-old man.
Yeah.
Had to explain to you.
Had to explain to me.
What stan means.
Well, that did come 23 years ago, Christopher.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. All right. So, well, that was good. That was great. I had a really good time talking to you.
Yeah, me too.
This was a good conversation.
Kind of our recorded
lunchtime
combos.
Yeah.
But
more in depth.
Yeah. And like I said, I really am enjoying getting to know everybody here. Like, definitely know them, other than just like lunch table shit talking.
I agree. Next iteration, we should have people come in and ask you guys any questions we want. Kind of flip the tables here.
Yeah, we could do
that. Like the whole ask me anything.
Or just, I don't know. Get to know you guys in ways that you didn't advertise at first.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
Have you not listened to our podcast?
I, of course, listened. I'm the one of 10 people who has listened.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably 8 people because I've listened to it twice.
True.
This was great. I really thank you for coming in. This is fun in the box. What'd you think?
I thought it was super fun. Yeah. Great.
Cool.
Great way to make a couple bucks during the day.
Oh, yeah. Nice Friday afternoon.
Nice Friday.
Some whiskey.
Some good whiskey.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much. We'll be back next week.
Well, yeah. What are we drinking today? We just got some leftovers from last week for the most part. Old Granddad Bottled in Bond. We're out of the balcony.
Yeah, we're almost out of both of those.
Sonja's drinking
4 Roses.
You're drinking 4 Roses, or are you drinking water?
4 Roses.
Oh.
Yeah, she's been drinking.
Okay. Yeah.
We've just been taking it easy this week.
Nice. So let's
we like to end on a cheers.
Yeah.
End on a cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
Skål.
Skål.
Yeah.
Dolot.
Yeah. See you guys next week.
Wait, hold on. What? Sonja.
Yeah.
What discount code do you want to give out?
Ooh. It's not a cult.
It's not a cult.
It's not a cult.
Okay.
It's not a cult.
How much is the percentage off?
13%.
Ooh.
What you doing here? So it's not a cult.
One word.
Is it 13 at the end?
It's not a cult. 13.
13.
Yeah.
All one word.
Yeah.
And what do they get?
13% off.
Anything?
They're in order at blanccreatives.com.
All right.
You're welcome.
Go ahead. See you next week.
See you next week, guys.
That rolled.
Yeah. That was super fun. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah.
Cheers.
We gotta get an actual ice.
Yeah.
Like insulated ice thing.
All the free time they have.